This conference will now be recorded.
This is what okay. Okay, guys. So that's about my introduction. And I was working as a technical trainer for C Crocodiles for the first 5 years, and I'm handling subjects for I'll be handling subjects for data structures, object-oriented programming, and DBMS. So I'm good at this. I can say that I am good at this. So right now we are going to the subject which I'm going to try to teach you is going to be object-oriented programming. See, my way of teaching and my method of teaching is going to be a little bit different. It will be not as a complete theory oriented class. It will be more of a practical oriented class. Yes, so whenever we go for a session, we'll be understanding it. So like this, I want to formally know about you guys. So I want to know who you are and what you are interested in. So that's pretty much for me. That will be enough for me. So who you are and what you are interested in. Can we start? Yes, sir. So this is a starting session. So I hope in every classes you'll be repeatedly doing the same thing. So who you are and what you're doing and what you're interested in. Yes. But that will be a good introduction session for you and also for me, so that I can understand. So what you guys are interested in and what you want, what you guys are expecting from us. So that will be a good start. I feel like that will be a good start for us. Okay. So who's going to start? And sorry for that welcome message. I have given it as a wrong. So actually it should be in a welcome to object-oriented programming class. So I have given it as a wrong welcome to data science class. So sorry for that. Yes. So yes. Who's going to start? Okay. If there's no volunteers, then I can start from the last person. So last person is going to be Tejaswin. So Tejaswin, are you there? Oh, Tejaswin absent. Okay. The next person, Sanjeev Kumar. Sanjeev Kumar M. Sanjeev. Just unmute and just tell about yourself and the things that you're interested. Yes, Tejaswin has joined back. Yes, Tejaswin, can you able to hear me? Yes, just unmute yourself and just tell about yourself and the things that you're interested in. So just your introduction, that is from where you are and what you're interested in. So I'm from, so for an example, so I'm Giridharan, so I'm from Namakkal and I'm interested in web app development. So like that. or else shall we directly move to the class? Will that be fine for you? Yes, Tejaswin. Just unmute and tell about yourself. Okay, why you are putting in chat box? Just I want to hear your voice.
Sir,
Yes, Ashwin. Yes,
I'm
Ashwin.
from
How are you?
Coimbatore, sir. Fine, sir.
Good. Good.
Sir,
You're
I'm
from
from
Coimbatore.
Coimbatore. Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm
And you're
latent
interested.
student.
You're interested in?
Sir, I'm interested in Photoshop video editing, sir.
Good. 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 So, what makes you think that it is that is the thing that makes me interesting in this Photoshop?
Sir, it's by watching animation movies.
Yes. Good. So, actually, that is a part of creating something. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good. Good. That is good. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
So, next person. Yalini. Sorry, Sanjeev. Is Sanjeev Kumar is here? Sanjeev is here or not? Sanjeev is absent. Okay, I hope Sanjeev is absent. Okay, Yalini. Yalini Ye. Yalini is here. Yes, Yalini. Just unmute yourself and just tell some where you are from and what you are interested in. Yalini. Yalini, are you there or not? Yalini has left the meeting. Okay, the next person, Yashwant Kumar. Yashwant. Vinith. Vinith Krishnan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I have told you to join with your roll number and name. Just change your name to roll number hyphen name.
Okay.
I hope in the WhatsApp I have shown you how to be. Yes, Yashwant. Yashwant, are you there? Okay, fine. So I hope no one is interested to talk. Yes, Yashwant. Just unmute and talk. Is there anything that is making you to stop to unmute and talk? Just I'm asking you to unmute and just talk. Just I want to hear your voice. That's it. My mic is not working. In the first day itself. Sorry. Okay, you're from Tirupur. Your interest? Good. You're interested in coding. Okay. So maybe I can ask the question, why you are interested in coding? What makes you think that this coding is suited for me? Or which drives me crazy to understand about it or read about it? And learning new things. Okay. Okay, fine. So, okay, guys. So Maybe this is going to be a boring session if it goes like this, because I thought that you guys will interact more so that I can understand each about you. But reading a message and explaining it again to you, it is not going to be the same. Is or do you all guys want the session to be like this, like everyone in mute and I want to talk? Will that be good? Will that be good? Yes. Do you feel good with that? Yes. So I'm expecting some interactions from you guys. So just interact with me so that we can understand each other better. So that I'll be giving you some more additional things that you will be understanding more, and which will make us to learn the subject more, learn the subject clearly. Yes, Yalini, you join back. Yalini. Okay, fine, guys. So I don't know. Okay, so yes, I hope everyone having the Edmatrix login. Yes, Edmatrix login. I hope everyone has worked in data structures or Python. So how was your labs? So how was your Python lab? Yes. Okay, so how was the Edmatrix? Is that platform was good, or is it bad, or still it is still lagging, or still dragging me? Is it so? Good. Good. Okay, so actually that was developed in our college. You all guys know that that was developed in our college. You guys know that or not? Matrix. Frequently logging out. No, if it your actually the normal logging out time that we set is 30 minutes. If you're not active for 30 minutes, then it will be logging out you directly. Initially it's 5 minutes, but they have changed. Maybe the reason you're logging out is your network is watching, or you're your device and connect. Whenever you're disconnecting and connecting back, maybe the sessions at time it may be causing this problem. Okay, fine. So I'm part of the team, and me and Mr. Dr. Naveen Rai are the persons who started this initiative, and we are the persons who created the data matrix. And to add more, we are the persons who has put the questions for you for your practical exams for data structures and also for Python programming, your practical labs. So you all had data structures in your first semester, sorry, second semester. Is it so? Data structures laboratory. Or this is the semester you are going to learn this data structure. This semester. Okay, then EC and other semester learn about that. Okay, fine. So the data structures laboratory you are going to work on. Yes, and the questions were uploaded by us, and I'm part of the team, and I can. Okay, when we learn about this subject in detail, you will know how many days it will take to create it. Yes. So that is not a big deal. So nowadays we can create any application in a single day because there are a lot of new languages is emerging daily. It's not a month. It's daily. There are new languages. Day by day they are giving a new updates. Day by day they are giving a new language. See, right now we are all familiar with Angular JS. Correct? You all know about this Angular and Angular JS. You all know that. Correct? Yes, you all familiar with Angular frameworks, Angular JS language. Super. React JS. Yes. You all familiar with React JS. Good. So React JS is the counterpart of Angular JS. Actually, React JS was developed by Facebook and Angular JS was developed by Google. Actually, one of the employee of Google has created this. Yes. Actually, there is always be the war between React JS users and also the Angular JS users. Which one is best and which one is going to be good or not. So actually, the Angular JS was developed. So that was a application that was used for both front end designing and for back end application development. So actually, how many days will it take for the developer to create that language? What do you think about that? So how many days will he took to create that frameworks? Any guesses? Any guess? How many days will it take for the developer to develop that Angular JS? Three months, 6 months. Good, good. But actually, it took him around the actual time he took was 2 weeks. 2 weeks. But actually, he asked for 1 week of time. So they were developing. Actually, in Google, they were developing this Google Forms. Right now we are using of Google Forms. Yes, they were developing with Python and some other frameworks. They use that to develop that Google Form. But the developer from that team has as his project guide. So why we are using these much of codes to create this application? We can reduce the lines of code and we can also implement in a simpler way. So that project leader or the project head has given the employee a time. Okay, so now I'm giving you 1 week of time. So within this 1 week of time, actually he asked for 2 days or 3 days to complete it. But the project guide or the project head has given him a 1 week of time to solve this. So he took actually the developer of that Angular JS, he took around 14 days to complete Angular JS framework. It was a JS file. It was a complete JS file, which makes us to create an app within this application, within a web page or within a front end application or anything. The same was the same was used by React JS developers. Actually, the time taken for that is around 1 week. Yes. So that is so right now for creating an application, it is not going to take so much of time. It is not going to take more much of time, like 3 months or 6 months. It's older older languages, correct? But right now, when we are starting to evolve with new languages, it take only 1 day or 2 days to create our own language with these types of frameworks. And the counterpart for AngularJS is the React.js. And the React.js was developed by a engineer from Facebook. Actually, that was developed by an engineer from Facebook. So nowadays, so these are the two JS frameworks that are most commonly used, and they are the parts that are actually counterparting each other's. And right now, there are some more other frameworks that are derived from these JS frameworks. Yes, you all know that, correct? So there are Vue.js, there are Tortoise.js, there are so many JS frameworks that are evolved from this. Yes or no? So have you all come across this JavaScript frameworks? So JS is nothing but JavaScript frameworks. I hope you're all familiar with this. Yes, guys, I'm audible. Is my voice is clear? Yes. So okay. So when initially, actually, the information that I'm sharing you is just for your knowledge. Just keep it for your knowledge. So right now you'll be starting with, maybe in this semester or by next semester, you'll be starting to work with your mini projects. To start with many projects, we should be good at some languages, correct? Maybe the best part is, I'll be suggesting you to start with this JS frameworks, JavaScript frameworks. That will help you to understand pretty much, or it will be helping you to create any application within a day or within a day. It's just only for creating. And right now, the AngularJS, which I spoke of, has released more versions. And I hope the React is going to be 18th version. They're going to release, I think so. I don't know. So the correct version, I don't know. And coming to Angular, I think so. It is going to be 1.11 or 12 or 13. I don't know which version they are right now. So for each 6 months, they are going to give an update for it. For each 6 months. For every 6 months, they are going to give the updated framework. They are going to give the updated framework. So that is a part that is going to be, that is right now happening. There is a trend that is following right now. And nowadays, because in the olden days, what happens is, if a new update, so when we are going to see for a language like C or Java, they took more than 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, because the last new version that released was, I hope the C was released in 2011. That was the latest update that was from C language. C language. Similarly, for Java, I hope it was Java 15, 15 or 14, Java version 15 or 14. So that was released in last year. So nowadays, it is the way the language or the programming language is evolving is keep on increasing. Yes. So it will not take more time. It will not take much time to create an application. The actual time which takes is understanding and learning that language. That is a part is very much important. Yes, that is the thing that I consider as important. What do you guys feel, that whether it is important or not? Okay. Okay. So yes, if you are interested in any projects or any languages, any updated languages you want to learn, you can approach me. So I'll be guiding you or helping you to understand it clearly. And as a part of mobile app development, so if you are going to create a web app development, then AngularJS and React.js will help you to create a web app in a day, not more than a day. And also you can learn that in the own website is also giving us a tutorials, or else if you want any video tutorials, you can get it from you can browse it and you can get it from YouTube or any other platform. So you can also get it from edX or anything. So as a part of our subject, so So right now what we are going to learn is object-oriented programming using Java. Yes. So object-oriented programming using Java. So there is a subject that we are going to learn. And for the syllabus, there are totally 5 units. So one is basics of Java and object-oriented programming mechanisms and arrays and strings and exception handling and multi-threading. So everything is going to be coming under this object-oriented programming concepts. So how I'm going to use my object-oriented mechanisms to create an application. So at the end of this course, by reading this course or understanding this course clearly, we will be able to create a system-based application. Yes, there is going to be a command line based application. We'll be creating an application and we'll be able to migrate this application. We'll be able to access these data and we'll be able to understand much about this object-oriented mechanisms. Correct. So, for example, sir, what is this object, sir? You know about this object, sir? What is this object? What is this object-oriented programming? What is this, sir? What is this object? Does anyone know about this object? Why it is called as an object? Okay, guys. So before that, I want to tell you clearly something that I will not be manually taking attendance, like calling a person's name or roll number. Like that, I will not be taking any attendances. Yes, I'll be checking your roll numbers. I'll be checking your name and how much duration you have attended the session. So nowadays, every platform is going to give me the duration that you are in the session, active duration, not like disconnecting the audio and you're doing your work. If you're disconnected, then that will consider as an offline. So as right now I can see that Sri Goshik, so 137, 141, all disconnected from this audio, and this will be considered as an offline. Yes. So and also yes, you can see you guys are aware that so whether you are connected or not connected. So based on the duration that you are attending the session, that will help you to get your attendance. That will be clear. That will be based on your duration that you are attending the session. I'm not going to take a manual attendance like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that, I will not be taking that attendance like that. Okay. It will be the duration that you are attending and the minimum duration you should be in the session. So if it is going to be a 1 hour duration, 1 hour session, then you should be inside the session of 50 minutes. You should be inside 50 minutes. If it is below 45 minutes, then you will be considered as absent. Yes. Is it clear, guys? Yes. So please understand it clearly. If the duration of your session is going to be less than 45 minutes, then you'll be considered as an absent. Okay. And also you'll be having a separate monitoring session. So actually I will be using a different platform. So we'll be taking our classes in the Edmatrix platform. So I want everyone to sign into Edmatrix and log into it. So there will be a new course we'll be assigning by today. We'll be having an object-oriented programming course. In that we'll be sharing all your materials and also the videos or the recordings that we are going to have. And also there will be a link for you to join the meeting. So meeting will not be happening in the same GoToMeeting platform. It will be in our own platform. We are having our own video conferencing platform. We'll be using that for our next session of meetings. And also the meeting recordings will be available there. You can access it there. You can access from there. Yes. So since it is the first day of session, just I want to give the general instructions for you. And also so actually maybe you are aware of it or not. So totally we have 12 days. We'll be having 12 days of sessions. So in that 12 days of sessions, after the 12 days, you'll be having your first internal. So before the first tutorial, we as an object-oriented programming session, we have only 12 days. So within the 12 days, we have to complete two units. So I'll be taking more with the practical oriented sessions. So I suggest you guys don't miss any sessions. If you are missing the session, so after the 12th day, you are going to start with the internal one. So at that time, it is very difficult for you to score marks. And it will be, so as I'm mentioning it, so our assessment will also be taken place in our own platform. That is going to be in Edmatrix, and it will be a proctoring session. Even it can be of a 2-mark question, or it can be of 16-mark question, or it can be of 1-mark question, or it can be a fill in the blanks type question. Everything will be in our own platform in Edmatrix itself, and it will be a proctoring session. So it is not easy for us. And if it is going to be a coding session, yes, it will be a coding. You will be having a coding based questions that will also be in the same platforms. So this is the process that we are planning to conduct this subject, and it will not be like Google Classrooms and sharing everything in Google Classrooms like that. It will not be happening for this time. Yes, I hope you're all familiar with that Google Classrooms and to share all the documents, all the questions in Google Classrooms. Yes, if you want, I can do that also. If you want, I can do the same process here also. But I'll prefer to use my own platform. That is going to be Edmatrix. So I'll be using my own platform to share all the assessments that will be shared in Edmatrix. Yes, guys. And syllabus. So this is going to be a syllabus. And please remember the subject code. Our subject code is U19CS203. So that is our subject code. The subject title is going to be Object-Oriented Programming. And the person who is going to take you is going to be Giridharan. So I'm the person who's going to take you this subject. I'm trying to teach you in a better way. Yes, I'll try my level best to understand the subject. Yes, the first unit is going to be object-oriented mechanism. So in this mechanism, in this first unit, what we'll be learning is we'll be learning about what is this object-oriented, why we are going for this object-oriented approach, and what is meant by object, what is meant by class. So what is this? So how this class is used to create object, and how we are going to create an object. So, and what is polymorphism, inheritance, association, aggregation, composition, everything we'll be learning. Everything we'll be learning in this first. So that are related to object-oriented mechanism. And the second to be I'm just basically starting with object-oriented mechanism. It will not be like in the same understanding. I'll be sharing. You can also take a note of it. Yes. So in Java programming, in this unit, what we'll be learning is, so why we are going for Java, so how this Java programming is going to execute, and the basic concepts like data types, operators, expressions, how it will work in Java. Yes, so these are the things, the basics of Java, strings and packages. So how we are going to manipulate an array, how we are going to manipulate a string, and how the strings are saved in Java, and what are the string classes that are available in Java. For example, string buffers, string builders, and also we can identify this regex and pattern matching. So we can use that. So everything is available, and how we are going to access all these regex and pattern matching package classes from other packages, and also how to create our own package, and how to import our own classes to others. So like that, we'll be learning something more advanced about this packages and strings and arrays in your third unit. And for fourth unit, we'll be learning about exception handling and date and time. Yes, so exception handling and date and time. So we'll be learning more about this exception handling. So if you are going to create an application, if you are interested to create an application, then this exception handling plays a major role in it. Without this exception handling, we cannot create any application. Sir, I want to create an app, or I want to create a web app, or I want to create a mobile app, or I want to do any application development. then without this exception handling, we cannot create the app. If we created any app without this exception handling, then that will always throws an error. To handle errors and to handle exceptions, we have to know about exception handling. So in this fourth unit, we'll be learning about how we are going to handle that exceptions and errors. So example, if I'm going to access an array out of my, so if I'm going to access an array value which doesn't have any index. So consider that my array has only 10 values, but I'm trying to access my 11th value in my array. Is it possible? Is it possible to access an array element which has only 10 elements, but I'm trying to access the 11th element in my array? Is it possible to access the 11th element in my array? But the array is actually having only 10 elements. Is that possible? No, that is not possible. So that is an exception. That is an error. Correct? Actually, that is an error. That is an error. Correct. So how to handle these types of errors? How to handle these types of errors? So that is one example I have told you. So similarly, there are many examples. So there is one example, that exception is called array index out of board exception. Array index out of board exception. So as I mentioned, there are 10 elements, but I'm trying to access the 11th element, which is out of my index. Correct. So that is the name of that exception that we occur. So similarly, we'll be seeing so many other exceptions. So that, and also date and time. So how to manage date and time. So how to get the current timestamp, and how to create our own world clock. So like that we'll be seeing this in date and time. Yes. So how can I create? So actually many has seen this. So in our clock, we can create time for other countries, other. Yes, so we can also create that kind of application here. So how to manage apps? So everything is already there. Just we have to import that package, date and time package, and we have to start using it. That's it. By our own date and time application. So similarly, multi-threading and collections frameworks. So multi-threading and collections frameworks. So actually, multi-threading is nothing but in the fifth unit. That is going to be my last unit. In that we'll be using this multi-threading concept, so which is helpful for me to make my application more efficient. My application more efficient in the sense, so we are going to create a sub process for each process or sub task. So how we are going to reduce the time complexity that is used for each process, and also how I'm going to reduce the resource. It's going to be everything, and will be set list and will be to actually for how does this so as you this so while you're learning this data structures, you'll be learning how to organize my data, how to manage my data. So that is a part where we are actually learning this data structure. So in Java we can implement that data structures, and also we can implement these algorithms, but only difference is all these are already predefined, all these are already created, and they are available for our use. So once you're learning data structure, you'll be learning about more about this linked list, arrays, and stack and queue and tree and graph. You'll be learning about that. So all these data structures are predefined and is already packaged inside my Java. So we are going to learn how to use that, how to use the data structures, and how I'm going to manage these data by using these collection frameworks. So in that we'll be seeing about this list, set, and map, and also we are going to learn about database connectivity. So how to connect my application to a database, and how I'm going to store all my data into my database. Yes. So these are the things that we are going to learn in object-oriented programming using Java. I hope I have given you an overview about this subject. Yes. Is it clear? So this is a general overview about our subject. And if you guys have any queries related to subject, or any other queries that you want to ask me, any other questions, you can ask me. But unmute and ask me directly. Don't post it in chat box. Just unmute and talk. Any questions? Any questions? Good. Or else anything you want to share with me. If you want to share anything with me, then you can share it. Sir, if you are taking class like this, then that will be good for us. If you have any suggestions, you can post it so that I can try to take class in your what you are expecting in your expected way. Sir, if you took class like this, then it will be good for us, sir. Do you have any suggestions for it? Guys, I'm very strict with attendance, so please make sure you're attending the sessions properly. And please don't ask me, sir, my attendance percentage is less due to this. Please don't ask me. If you're not attending the session, please inform me priorly. Sir, this is the reason I'm not going to attend the session. You have to inform me priorly. You get permission. You should not just inform just your advisors also. You normally you'll be telling your advisors, but you should get proper permission from each subject staffs, because each, as I mentioned earlier, for each unit you'll be having only 6 hours for each unit. So totally 5 units. For each unit you'll be having 6 hours and totally 30 hours subject. So it will not take much time. If you miss one hour of class, then that is pretty much difficult for you to understand it clearly. Yes. And I hope you already know my WhatsApp number. So that's in my group. If you have any doubts or any queries, you can directly ping me. Yes, guys. Any queries? Any queries? Okay. No queries. What is this? I was expecting lots of questions from you. You guys will ask me so many questions so that I will be trying to explain you. See, whenever you ask a question, that is a time that you will be learning something new. If you're not learning, if you're not asking question, then I'll be telling you the same old concepts or same old things. If you want to know something new, then you have to ask me questions. So then only we will be learning something new, then we'll be teaching you something new. Yes. Yes, guys. I'm expecting some questions. You can ask me questions. So not only in subject, you can ask me in anything. Apart from subject, you can ask me any questions. Not related to subjects also. I'm open to ask any question. I'm open to answer any questions. If you have any questions or if you want any answers from me, you can ask me. Hmm? Okay, is there any persons from other states? From Karnataka, Andhra, or Maharashtra? Is there any person from other state?
Yes, sir. I am there.
Good. Only one person. I was expecting 2 to 3 persons. You are alone in this class, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. No issues. Thank you. Okay, guys. Okay, don't worry. So mostly I'll be taking in the general English. But if you're not understanding, if you're not, sir, if you feel that sir, this is not good, then you can tell me that this is not good. Then I'll be trying to change my way of teaching. Okay, guys. So, okay, then I can ask you a question. That will be just an interesting question. How many programming languages are there? How many programming languages are there in the world right now? How many programming languages are there? So programming language in the sense, I'm just telling that C is one programming language, Java is one programming language, Python is one programming language, so Ruby is one programming language, Groovy is one programming language. So like that, there are so many programming languages, correct? So give me a guess. So these much programming languages are there now, sir. Give me a random guess. 700, super. So Ashwin has given me as one answer as 700. Any other options? Any other options? Only 700. Okay, Sanjeev Kumar is not present today, correct? Sanjeev Kumar is absent and Vigneshwar R 164 is absent and also 150. 150 is there. Roll number 150, 139, 138. I can't see these persons' sessions. Okay, maybe they were absent, but representatives, please share the instructions that I'm sharing you today. The attendance, how it is going to be, and where we are going to share all the materials. So I want you to share to your friends, those who are absent today. Who is the representative? Shanmugha Priyan and Shobana. Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, thank you. Okay, just I'll be noting this. Uh, please share all the informations to your friends that how this will happen, or the session or the information that I have given. So I hope these are the persons that were absent today. So that's it, guys. So yes, guys. So only 700. Yes, it is pretty much near. So actually, in Wikipedia they have listed more than 856, I think so, 856 or 857 languages. But actually, right now there are more languages, as I said in the earliest. So nowadays, within a week they are introducing a new language. Within a week, so mostly you'll know about this Go or Kotlin or uh, Dot. These languages and also Solidity. Day by day, the number of languages is evolving. There are more languages. Still, they are they are releasing new languages day by day. Yes, but still we are learning about the C, Java, and Python. Why, sir? Why, sir? We are learning about these languages. So C, why we are learning about C? So actually, your data is completely moving in C. I think so, or it is going in Java. Good, Sujit Sairam. Sorry. They are the best for the beginners. C faster. Yes, C is faster. But why we are learning about these languages? Why we are learning about the C and Java and Python? Why we are learning? As your friend suggested, is it's going to be a basic language. So there is something they have taken from this language and they have kept into they use in other languages, correct? As I mentioned in the session earlier, like JavaScript framework. Does anything related? Is there anything relationship between this Java and JavaScript? Is there any relationship between Java and JavaScript? Is there anything relation between Java and JavaScript? Angular JS, React JS. I was telling about some JS frameworks. Is there any relationship between these two languages? One is a scripting language, another one is a programming language. Correct? But is there any any relationship between these two languages? Actually, there is no relationship between these two languages because when the scripting language came to existence at that time, Java was the most popular language they were using. When the scripting languages came to existence, like JavaScript, when came to existence, they had a different name. They had a different name as WBC. I don't know. I forgot that name. Actually, it was like a code. They had that name. So to make this scripting language as popular, they added this Java name to it. So that is the reason why it is called as JavaScript. When the scripting came to existence, at that time itself, Java was more popular and it was started to use by all the persons. So most of the persons has migrated from C to Java at that time. So nowadays all the applications are migrating from Java to Python and Python to JS frameworks. So now it is so in big applications, if in a big application development or in organizations, right now the most of the applications are still working in Java, but they started to migrate from Java to Python and Python to Go, or from Python to Go or Dot or some other languages. They started to migrating to advanced languages day by day. But there is a reason why they called that scripting language as a JavaScript, and there is no relationship between Java and JavaScript. Okay, fine. Uh, Let me complete this with one question. So why we are still learning about Java? So that will be the question for you guys today. Why we are learning Java? Why we are going to learn Java? I'll be expecting answers from you in the next session. So I'm not asking like how many device. Why we are going to learn Java? Uses of Java. What makes Java huge market? Good. Huge market. App development. Yes, for app development, we have so many languages. As I mentioned, so Groovy on Rails, which is more advanced than Java, which helps me to create an application within 5 minutes, not even one day, which helps me to create an application within 5 minutes of time. Just give a command, it will create an application, it will start to run. Correct. But still, we are going to learn about this Java. Why? That is the question. Why we are going to learn about Java and object-oriented programming? Yes, I hope you guys understand my question. Is that clear? Is everyone is clear with my question? So I'm expecting a solution from you by tomorrow. So by tomorrow I'll be sharing a different link. Join in that. Yes. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Or if you have any points to share, you can share it me. Share it with me. Okay. So then fine, that's it. So thank you all. Thank you for joining the session. So from tomorrow, we'll be starting our regular class. Thank you all.